19th. Before we get started, guys, link in the description below. Hop into the Discord, $9.30 per month, 31 cents per day. It's where they post all the plays I'm making on PrizePicks. We have other cappers in there as well. Super positive community. Again, also doing a promo right now for first-time members of the Discord. 20% off your first month. Comes out to like $6 for the first 30 days with the link in the description below using promo code TUFF. So again, go ahead and check out that. Also, want to mention I'm not a gambling expert and not financial advice. Simply just plays I'm personally looking at making. Hopefully, give you guys some insight analysis to make your own player prop decisions here. We went 2-0 yesterday in the MLB video. We cashed on the Bobby Witt Goblin 1.5 HRR and then the Dustin May over 5.5 strikeouts. So a 2.5x multiplier. We cashed that yesterday. So 2-0 run here for these MLB plays on YouTube. Obviously gonna have NBA once the play-in's over. Gonna have NBA videos every day. There's playoff games going on, but nonetheless, let's get into it. 2-0 last night. Looking to replicate that today. I got a 3x for you guys today, not a 2.5, full 3x. I think both these lines have a chance to bump as well. So if you're watching this and you like them, I recommend getting them in. So first one's gonna be Jeffrey Springs over 5.5 strikeouts. Looking at this matchup, the White Sox offense is not great. Very low OPS as a team. Just again, the White Sox historically, or not historically, but over the last couple of years have not been a very good team. Jeffrey Springs is a strikeout pitcher from the left side, left-handed pitcher. Not a lot of players on the White Sox have faced him either. I think there's like a couple guys with a few at-bats, a couple guys with a couple strikeouts, but it's not like he's played in the division with them, and it's not like he's a lot of these players have seen him a lot, which obviously benefits the pitcher, facing a team that hasn't seen him. He's seen him a ton. But we look at Jeffrey Springs here, and we look at versus righties, okay? So if we look at this season, he's got 15 strikeouts. He's got 16 strikeouts. 15 of those 16 strikeouts have come against right-handed hitters, right? We know this lineup that the White Sox are going to deploy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, possibly 8 right-handers, right? So 7 right-handers at minimum in this lineup for Chicago. And again, if you take a look at that, 15 of his 16 strikeouts have come against righties. And even going back to last season, 31 of his 37 strikeouts have come against right-handers. And even in 2023, 18 of his, 24 strikeouts have come against righties. So he definitely strikes out right-handers a lot more than lefties. And this Chicago White Sox lineup is chock full of righties. We look at, other starting pitchers, other lefties. We saw Garrett Crochet just 2 days ago have 11 strikeouts versus this Chicago White Sox team. Sean Newcomb, 6 strikeouts, Logan Allen 4, and Kikuchi 5. So again, we've seen, starters have at least 4+ strikeouts. All 4 left-handed starters have 4+ strikeouts. And we look at Jeffrey Springs, Ks per 9 innings versus right-handed hitters. He is the 8th highest so far this season at 11.6 strikeouts per 9 innings versus right-handed hitters, right? Which is on pace, right? We look at Sean Newcomb. He really probably his only start versus right-handed hitters have come against this White Sox team, and he had 10.8 strikeouts per that 9 innings. So Garrett Crochet down here, 9.7. So it is a great spot for Jeffrey Springs considering his 11.6 Ks per 9 innings versus righties, and essentially how many righties are in this White Sox lineup. Also, we look over on Outlier. Again, there's a link in the description. You can get a 7-day free trial with Outlier. It's research betting tool that I use every single day. We look at Jeffrey Springs over his last 10 games. He's over in 4 of 10. Obviously, he has a lot of injury history. Was in like pitch counts in these games, but threw 103 pitches last game. And we look at the odds for this one. This is why I think it's going to bump. -133 on Caesars, -135 on DraftKings, -128 on FanDuel. So a good chance this bumps to 6, honestly, in my opinion. So probably not playing it at 6. I mean, you could with the push potential, but at 5.5, I think there's some strong value here. So that's the first play. Second play here is another interesting one. Maybe not a household name. It's gonna be Kerry Carpenter over 1.5 hits, runs plus RBIs. With Kerry, left-handed hitter, one of the more underrated players in baseball. I think he's over this line in 11 of 20 games this season. So far, and he's actually been heating up as of late. He's over in 3 of his last 3 with 3, 2, and 4 hits, runs plus RBIs, coming off a game yesterday where he had 2 hits, a run, and an RBI. I think he hit a home run. We look at Kerry Carpenter, and again, he hit a home run last game. He is historically, going back in a couple seasons in his career, a better hitter on the road. Since 2023 hits, or not a better hitter, but last 2 seasons at least, 308 on the road And this season so far, he's hitting 303 on the road. But versus righties versus lefties splits. He's a left-handed hitter, so versus righties this season he's hitting 297. Last season versus righties he hit 305, and the season before that 286. So since 2023, 294 versus righties, 555 slugging. Right, just most of his offensive production comes against righties. Right, he's not as great, obviously nowhere near as great versus lefties, but he gets this matchup versus Quinn Priester, who struggles versus left-handed hitters. Right, Quinn Priester, since 2023 versus lefties, 328 batting average. Right, last season 330, the season before that 333. This season, smaller sample size, lefties are still hitting 273 against him. But he does struggle versus left-handed hitters, and Kerry Carpenter does very well against right-handed pitchers, which is why I like this spot here. Also considering Kerry Carpenter, like I said, he's probably not a household name, but this season versus right-handed pitchers, he's got the 19th highest ISO, which is isolated power, basically projecting the distance, how many more total bases player gets when he does connect with the baseball. It's higher than Shohei Ohtani. He's got a higher ISO than Shohei Ohtani right now this season. Versus right-handed pitchers, I mean, higher than Christian Yelich, higher than Jung-Ho Lee, higher than some pretty major guys offensively. I mean, this is for players that have seen 40-plus plate appearances too, so this is a pretty decent sample size. Like I said, 297 ISO, and he's been on fire lately. Four of his last 4 batted balls, 100-plus exit velocity right here. Boom, boom, boom. So he has been locked in. I think offensively, he is going to be hitting number 2 in this lineup versus Quinn Priester. Yeah, away game as well. High chance he maybe sees 5 ABs. But hitting second in this lineup for Detroit between Gleyber Torres, Riley Green, Torkelson, at the top of the lineup, really. I think he's going to see 4, maybe even 5 at-bats. So 2 player props for this video. Also, this has a chance to bump up as well, sitting minus 130 on DK right now. Again, this is Outlier. Link in the description below. Several day free draw. But let's get into it, you guys. 2 player props that I do like. Jeffrey Springs 5.5 Ks. Kerry Carpenter 1.5 HRR. 2-0 last night. Let's do it again tonight. Please drop a like. Check out all the links in the description below. And as always, let's cash.